Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. We are here as always with James from Watch Your Mouth Reviews.
Yo, yo, yo.
In the words of him, he will not be watching his mouth, and neither will I.
Hell no. No, not on this episode. I don't know if Love and Hip Hop will ever create an episode, no matter what city we're in, where I'm going to wash my mouth with some of these, because this is the most ignorant ass set of people I've ever seen in my life.
It used to be like a guilty pleasure and fun. But for me lately, I've been like, okay, y'all really living your lives like this.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for me went downhill season 5. Ever since then,
I agree. I agree.
Ever since then, it just has never been the same.
Well, I need content on my channel. I am a new what is it called? A content creator, digital creator, whatever the term. Yes. I am new to doing this. So I'm going to cover what I see the people enjoying. So that is what I'm doing with Love and Hip Hop, but we shall see. So we're here to recap season 11 seasons of this shit. Season 11, episode 10. The episode was okay. It wasn't bad. There's a lot that happened, but at the same time, there wasn't. I was happy because I didn't have to see Yandy or Rashida this episode. I think that the show needs to let go of those two, their legacy and everything. I'm past them. But the episode basically starts with Rennie Rucci. We know that Rennie Rucci and Sierra are close, especially from the previous season with everything that happened with her mother. Sierra is one of the few cast members that was really there, who knows what's going on with her kids, all of that. So they go and they make perfume together. And while making the perfume, they kind of discuss Rennie's emotions, her feelings, things like that. She basically has been having a hard time mentally since the passing of her mother. She says in a confessional, it still feels like yesterday. It doesn't feel like so much time has gone by. And that's normal. There's multiple stages of grief. They say each stage could take years. So she is in a place that is normal for circumstances as sad and tragic as what she's going through. They do bring up Erica Banks and Amy Luciani because everyone knows of the issues that them two been having. And they kind of discuss it, but they don't go into it too much. Basically, Sierra wants Rennie to go and talk to, at the very least, Erica Banks. Do you have any opinions on that, darling?
No, I agree with you, what you're saying, as far as the grieving process that Rennie Rucci has to go through. I feel like I commend her for coming on this show so soon after that had happened, like, because most people cannot do it. I also felt like that conversation does not need to happen right now. That's how I feel. I feel like y'all could let more time go by and do you.
Sierra's producing, because like, why would you encourage somebody who just told you they're not in a good mental space to go and have a conversation with people?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was. I looked at Sierra and I was like, when I was watching that scene, I was like, so you think right now in this given moment, this girl is going through all of this, that she needs to go and have a conversation with somebody who's not even level-headed. Right. Let's not forget that.
Right.
Let's not act like sis over there, she got all the sense in the world. She does not. So I don't know. I looked at Sierra and I was like, see, this is how shit gets started. And then they'll be in a point where a lot of things that they go through will be irreparable because something they just could have just waited until she was in a better mind space to do it. And now you're going to have her have this conversation with this girl, knowing that this is going to go left.
I definitely agree. I'm sick of Sierra as a whole. I'm tired of it. But that was all we really got from that little scene. So the next scene we see is Scrappy meeting up with Erica Dixon. So they're in a much better place, which I can actually respect. But I do find it interesting and very childish of Scrappy is you can be in a good place with her when you got beef with your fucking ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife. But you couldn't make your ex-wife or get your ex-wife to respect you or many of the people and things that were important to you. One of those things being your daughter. So I kind of feel like Scrappy and Erica Dixon getting along. Erica Dixon, I feel like, is like, I'll go along with it to go along with it. And I think she's also a little spiteful because of all the shit Bambi spoke. But I don't buy it. But I'm glad they are trying to get along because it's like the child is grown.
what she's giving is, how dare you get the man that I had that would never step up to step up. That's what it's getting. It's like that's what I get from Erica. Like I rewatched that fight with her and Bambi, and it was given, you were able to get him to do the things that he never did with me, yet you're the one that's saying that you're ungrateful.
Yep.
That's okay for me. And it was like, see, y'all women need to understand something. When a man does not step up with you, that means he doesn't want to be with you, but he doesn't
Mhm.
want to let you go at the same time. And because y'all women hold on to not wanting to let go, that's for you to let go. If he doesn't want to let go, then you need to let go. But if he's not making any progress, and I know a lot of people say, well, he wasn't mature, he wasn't older like he was with Bambi. It doesn't matter. He was old enough to
Once
know
you
that.
get to a certain age, maturity and the excuses and the things that you went through our life are not going to be valid reasons for you to be behaving and acting a certain type of way.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. And I felt like people were caping for Scrappy in this whole Erica situation, because a lot of people, I think that she is bitter that he did marry Bambi instead of her. I do. I still feel like that because of, one, her still being so angry after the fact of him not paying the child hit, like her trying to air out all the skeletons. To me, if I'm over somebody, I'm not trying to air out anything. It is
Yeah.
what it is. We moved on. We said our goodbyes. We said our
I
hellos.
feel like the part that makes Erica look like she is upset about the relationship, bitter, whatever people want to call it, is a lot of the conversations and the comments that Erica Dixon is making have nothing to do with her child or her child's treatment. When
Thank
all
you.
us, the audience, the fans, anybody with common fucking sense watching is like, listen, at the end of the day, Bambi, you shouldn't be arguing and getting in no fucking child. Why you disrespecting the child? Erica Dixon talks about everything else outside of the allegations. You should be pissed off at these allegations and the little stuff with the abuse, and you should be pissed off at the shit that your kid is telling you. But when she's speaking, it's like they're just
It just bros off. It just act like it's nothing serious. That leads me to believe that the shit that was said was true.
I think and
And I
Imani herself did clarify the abuse allegations. Imani herself, she's like, I did talk to my mom crazy, which listening to that little girl mouth, because when I was her age, I wouldn't even
no, I
address it
believe it.
like
I
that.
believe
She
it, but
said
I
her
believe it was
mama
also some
punched
damage
her.
control.
Hmm?
It was damage control. I believe what she said, but I believe it was damage control as well. Because
Mhm.
then why would you then come out and have to feel like you defended that? The truth will always speak for itself. This
Mhm.
is legal situation. This is not like this is, on some popular show being said. This is actually something that happened outside of the show that was legal. So
Mhm.
that doesn't need you to come out and damage control it. The reason why you did it, it was to make Erica look better, which she didn't. Because to me, I believe every part of it. When your child is acting up, that means you need to go get them some help, not with their ass. Because that's
Mhm.
not going to do anything but heighten the situation and to make them a trouble for somebody else along the way. When your child is expressing like irrational behavior and you know that that's typically not their behavior, because we said this before on your show before, teenagers go through a lot of their emotions and hormones at Imani's age. They do. They go through a lot of different hormones and a lot of estrogen levels being unbalanced, a lot of chemically imbalanced forms that are in their body and also in their brain. So they're going to not know how to deal with those. And a lot of parents, what they do not do is when their child is experiencing that, they don't go get them regular help, regular therapy, regular counseling, making sure they understand their bodies, making sure they're understanding what they're going to go through on a day-to-day basis. They need to explain that, because honestly, women don't get rid of those levels until they're in their mid 20s. It does not go away. You're going
Yeah.
to always feel some imbalance in you somewhere. So it bothers me that they're not speaking on it, but at the same time, I believe it's true. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Erica put her hands on her child, but I don't think it was abuse. But I do think she put her hands on her child. But I don't think it was actual.
I don't think it was abuse, but I think it was excessive. I'll
Yeah.
say that. I don't think it was just a one time, oh, I put my hands on you. I think that there was multiple occasions where this girl's not understanding what she's going through, and she's just only, you know, going what her mind is telling her to do because she feels that it's right in the moment. And that's why I said this is where
Either
regular
way,
therapy.
the fact that anybody involved. Now I understand Imani making comments, responded to stuff, but the adults, I just feel like stop. Are you
We're
guys?
putting too much credit on them being adults, though. Look at her daddy.
No, no,
Look at
no.
her
They're not.
grandmama.
They're. Listen, I get that, but I'm just like, stop speaking about it. So basically, they speak about the event that happened at Rashida and Kirk's reopening of the re-soft opening, whatever the fuck that means, of their bistro, and basically, Scrap says that he's upset with Bambi that she even brought up the situation, which that's actually one of the few things Scrap says that I agree with. Like, whether you're together or not, there's no reason for Bambi to be bringing up child abuse allegations at a public event where cameras are about the mother of her stepdaughter's child and the sibling to her kids. Like, it just wasn't okay. So I was glad that Scrap saw it wasn't okay. But overall, I just don't understand it. Then Erica Dixon brings up Imani's Instagram post, which we saw a couple months ago, where Imani was addressing fans, which I don't like that y'all do that. If anybody watches my fucking channel who goes and bothers the children of celebrities, please stop. Like, just go away. Unsubscribe. I don't want you. Like, nobody does. That's weird. That's weird to me. That's weird. So Imani made.
No, I was just going to agree with you on that because let me explain. These are still children.
Yes.
And y'all grown asses is sitting up there going after these kids, addressing these kids as
asking
if
them
they're
about their parents.
Yes, like that is none of y'all business what's going on with their parents.
And look what you started, because now this girl goddamn video saying, I'm tired of y'all being the net bangers, the net thugs. I'm tired of y'all asking me about that lady, referring to Bambi. Like, I don't talk to her, I don't deal with her, I don't live with her. Like, she know my dad, that's it. She didn't say anything disrespectful. I did watch the video when it happened months ago. However, her tone addressing an adult or about an adult as a whole, the way I was raised, my family's from New Orleans. They don't play that shit. You got to be a little more respectful when you speak about or to an adult. But you know, I get the feeling Erica and Scrap didn't exactly teach that child the biggest lessons on respect.
We have season 2 to live through an example of why that little baby talks the way she does and acts the way she does when it comes to older adults. We saw, I'll never forget that kitchen table scene with Erica, her mama, Scrappy, and Mama D. That always, whenever I think of Erica and I think of wanting to give her the benefit of the doubt in all situations, I always take it back to that scene. Regardless of you being in your house, you have no right to talk to that man's mama that way. So that leads me to believe that you talk to your own mama that way. So it does not surprise me. We are now 12 years later. Your daughter is talking to social media and other people and other adults in that same way. It does not surprise me. You are your parents. So that doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah, all y'all out there proud to be going off and acting a fool and shit in front of your kids. Remember, your children are you. So they may be doing that shit later and somebody gonna be looking at them the same way they looked at you, like you crazy as hell. I found that to be interesting though. Erica bringing up the situation, and Scrap was like, that's just how Imani talked, you know, like that's just how she talked. But then she'd be like, Dad, could I get $500? Listen, so what I heard from that conversation is Bambi's wrong, Erica Dixon's wrong, Scrappy's wrong. It's just a bunch of children and adults' bodies raising adults. Like, everybody as a whole has to do better. And I don't even like Bambi, but
yeah, in some instance, I'm glad this is being shown because this is the examples that we have of today's life with majority of our Black people. This is why we see kids act the way they do, because this is the parents. This is the situation with the parents, just in a different setting. Usually these parents are together, allowing their child and allowing ignorance to raise their children. Because then their children come out to be these adults that don't know how to handle society because you didn't teach them that, because you thought letting them being complacent in their ignorance was better than them being corrected. So that's where I see a lot of parents make a mistake. But this is the quintessential, them two, Erica Dixon and Scrappy. This is what we're seeing today's parents look like. So I'm glad that they're showing this because y'all need to see this.
That in itself is a powerful statement, not to get deep though. Do not ever be complacent in your ignorance or anything that's not good for you or keeps you from moving. Because complacency, for those who don't know, is basically to sit in it, to stay still without change. So you definitely don't want to do that with anything that you do. To be ignorant is to not know. So you never want to be complacent and not knowing. Always seek out information, not to get all deep. Look at me sounding like my daddy. Anyway, we're kind of moving along. The next scene we see is Jessica gives nothing. Why is she on this show? Nick Cannon's 1569th, carry the 4 in 3 seconds. Girlfriend. She has her surgery to remove all of her. I thought she had fibroids, but now she's saying she has endometriosis, which is something that you can get from fibroids. It's also something you can have separate from fibroids. It causes extreme pain. For those who are unsure, look it up. So when you have endometriosis, basically there is very little chance you can have kids, which we'll get into later with Jessica, but she has her surgery. Is there anything you want to give about the surgery, James? I'm glad she healed, but I don't care.
You know what? My mama told me,
oh, Lord.
If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all because your face is going to tell the tale.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say anything. I have beat Jessica White I have slung her through mud, concrete, dirt, grass, and everything else on the show. I don't want to do it anymore. I would like that lady to heal in peace. And I would like her to, hopefully this opens up a lot of eyes, ears, and areas of her brain that need to be aware. That's all.
Well, let's have a 3-second moment of muted silence for Jessica White, because I'm just going to let y'all know right now, the point of having my own channel is I don't have to listen to nobody tell me what to do about how I do it and when I do it. I don't have the capacity, if I'm going to keep covering love and hip hop, to continue covering this woman. So let's have a 3-second moment of silence. 3 Mississippi. All right. Hallelujah. We're going to move it on along to the next scene, which is Bambi, Erica Mena, and Sierra met. BBM Club, Bitter Baby Mamas. I have to give them a nickname. The 3 Musketeers with BBL editions. What I got? That's all I got.
Listen. Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai with fix a flight in their tires. I promise you. When I tell you I was looking at
Hyundai, I'm so done with you.
I am just like
all mid cars, mid great cars. I love you, James. I do.
I'm just like, what the hell?
Every time they come on my screen, let me talk like Scott. Every time they come on the screen, because we in this together. We are sisters. Like, for real.
And this is Erica. These men, these are men. They don't know what to do. I am so tired of men. And I'm just like,
I'm just gonna keep doing me because these bills ain't gonna pay themselves. Listen, I'm so fucking tired of Erica Mena Adiz, aka the Bam, because Mama D made your name relevant, and the other one. I'm just
like, oh my God.
How did this happen?
Like, I'm just saying, you just put a camera in front of a woman and she just thinks she is
hot shit.
Like, I'm telling you, like, oh my God, Erica, make your appointment at my clinic, please, so we can drain that vein, please.
And I want to drain the ones in her implant because she didn't have enough skin, see? And you could tell that she got her implants done at a time that was, we're not where we are with plastic surgery, and they're disproportionate to the rest of her. That's all. Listen.
And also, Erica and Sierra, whatever the fuck is in y'all lips and cheeks, take that shit out. Especially you, Sierra. You already had a moon face. Why the fuck would you put that shit in your face?
I cannot with it.
Why?
Hold
Why,
on.
when you are such a beautiful? Let me explain y'all. Sierra. When I first looked at Sierra, she looked like a little China doll, like the black China dolls. Like she was so beautiful to me. Like her first season, I remember looking at her. I'm just like, oh, I
All
love
here
her.
was. She was.
No,
She
because
do.
I don't know what she looked like today. I don't know what that is. I don't know what is in her face, but whatever it is, take it out. Take it out. Erica, take that shit out your lips. I'm Bambi. Don't you fucking dare get no shit in your face. I am just saying. Don't
This
y'all
is
do
your friendly
shit.
reminder to look at your screen and subscribe to Watch Your Mouth Reviews. 833. Because
Yes.
I'm just saying. Because he just read the hell out, but he said, take that shit
Because
out.
because I every time I look at them, it seems like it gets worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, what the fuck is in your
Because here's the thing, no
faces?
matter how stupid these women are, like with their brains, they were all individually extremely beautiful people.
Beautiful
And I
women.
hate when the prettiest women, like Carly Red too, go and touch your face. Now look at you.
I can't even that fix a play in Carly's lips. I cannot with her.
Carly's
Like
lips, Carly's face is starting to look like a platypus that had a bad stroke.
I'm
And I'm
saying.
I'm I'm stressed out about that. I don't know
I,
what to do with that.
because I don't understand why black women are doing this. Like I do not
Yeah.
understand, and it's becoming more and more popular. I don't know if this is like the adversity because we've always seen, usually our white women do this all the time with getting shit and all of that shit in their face and lips and stuff. We see the
Now we're
Kardashians
thinking,
do it now. The black people feel like, okay, well, we can do it too. No, we have great milk. You know who I'm mad also did this shit, and she lies to her teeth saying she's never done anything to her face. Quad Web. When I tell
well,
you
her
that
face
was
has
a
changed.
nut, she was a beautiful, like oh my, just goddessly beautiful. I don't know what she did up here, but it's gone. Like I cannot. So I'm telling y'all, I don't want to see. Don't y'all do shit else. Let that shit
Yeah.
either sit or take it out.
And y'all
I
could
do
have
not want to
more
see it.
money and do things bigger than Love and Hip Hop if you would stop spending the bulk of it on surgery.
I'm just saying,
That's
like
all
that
you
shit,
could go so far. But they
like
did this. But I'm gonna move it back onto the episode because we still gotta do other
what
lives.
now?
I could come back to your channel.
Yep.
He's not
But that's
excited for his
no,
live,
I'm
but
not because that shit is gonna be shit gonna be 10 minutes. I promise you. I do not want to spend no more time on the show I have to review after this. So yeah, come on, let's
I
go.
just look forward to reading Letitia, to be entirely
And
honest. For
yeah,
those who are
we
wondering
gonna
who we're
read her
speaking
ass.
about, we do recaps of multiple shows. We do it on both channels because we both need content. We are doing our own network recaps on James's channel, and we've been recapping Bell Collective. So I do have a own network playlist as well as a playlist for all of the recaps I do by network. Am a part of, and you can find all of those on there. Go like them, view them, give him a view, give him a subscription, give him something. Damn it. Anywho, oh no, not good. All right, I deleted my notes, but then I was able to undelete them. Anywho, moving along. So Bambi, Minna, and Sierra meet. We ended up roasting them for longer than necessary, but honestly, it was necessary because they really think they hot shit, and I'm seeing the internet humble their ass because I really think they behave this way on camera, thinking that it would be received well by the fans, but everybody has their limit. Hell, even Sukihana don't want to be ghetto no more. We will be talking about that on the next recap. So Minna, this scene kind of annoyed me because it wasn't relevant, but it's like I still have to cover it. So excuse my faces. I'm working on my facial expressions. So Erica Minna talks about Safari gifting Amara La Negra a 2 Rolex watches for her twins, the Le Royal twins. And she has an issue with that because I guess this birthday party for Armada's twins was in March, and Erica and Safari's daughter's birthday was in February. Now, Erica and Safari, I guess there was a birthday party for his daughter. She didn't say if he showed up or didn't show up, but she did say that they didn't get no rollies. None of their kids have rollies. So, what do you think of, since we have to discuss it real quick, what do you think of Safari gifting Amara La Negra's children 2 Rolex watches, but not gifting Erica Minna's children anything of that grand type of, you know.
Are we really surprised?
No.
Don't we see this all the time?
Yes.
So what the fuck is the problem? You see, then this is where I'm gonna get on Erica's ass, because you knew who the fuck you were marrying, and you knew who the fuck you were getting children with. You know Black men as a whole because you had a couple of them. I don't know why men do this. I don't. I can't give you an answer. I really cannot give you an answer of why men treat their. It's either hot or cold. They either treat the stepchildren or potential stepchildren wonderful and great, better than their own, or they treat them like they don't exist. It's never a happy medium. So what I'm trying to tell Erica is that you were lucky he didn't have children when he got with you, because he probably gifted your son something very well to get with you, right? I'm sure he has. If he has not,
that's what she
shame
said.
on him.
She actually discussed that while they were having this conversation. Erica Mena did say that she has an older son, King, that doesn't ever really live with her. I don't know why. I'm not going to comment on that, but apparently he was with her a little more when she got with Safari. He made this big effort with him, and then her son King says he feels like Safari was pretending because he's no longer, I guess he changed immediately after they get married. So I don't think that, I think that Safari did change, but I don't think it was like, oh, one day he suddenly just woke up.
No. I think he's one of those men. And see, I don't know who created this shit. I don't know what mama did this. I don't know who. This is why I say y'all need to stop living in such a male identified system. Y'all really need to stop doing this, because I don't know where men think once the woman you're with has children, you can then, detach yourself from them and the life that you gave them. I don't know why y'all feel like y'all can do that. That is ridiculous to me, because ain't that the fucking point of it all? Marry, children.
I don't know.
Family, white picket fence.
Safari just gives me the type of dude who might want to be kept by a woman.
I don't understand what you. He's a clown.
He doesn't. I can't take him seriously, and something about him these ladies do. So then Erica Mena switches gears. And when talking about Amara La Negra, she's like, but how? He's been trying to get me back. Why are you? This is so childish to waste the court's time, the public's times, the tabloids' times, the shade room's times, the producers' times, the network's times, my time. Like, you did all of this for a divorce to get people to hate him while you secretly laid up and chuckling with the nigga. She says he showed up to her house in nothing but coochie cutter shorts on, in tears, because he wanted her back. So she decides to let him in, saying, maybe people change. Girl, bye. And they lay up. She says she was on her period, so they didn't have sex. But I'm like, I don't buy it. I really don't care if you had sex or not. But
I don't buy it, and I don't think that's the first time he did it.
Now that he's with Amara publicly, now you suddenly like, oh, he been wanting me back. But when he wasn't with Amara publicly, you didn't want nobody to want him back. You've been trashing his name like he's just the bum of the earth and scum of the earth. But he's in your room, so I'm just like, that for me solidified that the BBM, the Bitter Baby Mama Club. I'm so tired of them. I really am. This is ridiculous. They're seen. So it gets worse. Hang in there. Erica Mena basically then says in a weird way, and Bambi, I guess, didn't know. And Mena says that Sierra called her and let her know that Safari had FaceTimed her or called her and said that he wanted to be in a relationship with Sierra because he's had a crush on her. Here's the thing. I don't fully believe the story or them. And then I find it even weirder because then Sierra's like, I'm sorry I took a month to tell you. Listen.
When she said that, I was like, girl,
if your partner calls me and he on the phone like, I don't know, I've been watching you on lives and I want to be in a relationship with you. I've been had a crush on. I'm calling you before I'm fully off the phone with him. I'm like, Josiah, bring me your phone. Dial this number 510. I'm calling you while I'm still on the phone with him. I'm going to try and keep him on the phone so that I could get you to hear the shit. Oh, you understand what I'm trying to do? I don't want to hold on to that shit. You never want a secret with your friend's spouse, situationship, fuck buddy, whatever it is. You don't want to have any secrets with your friend's spouse unless it's like my best friend Rachel went to my husband behind my back and was like, what's Amina's favorite this to give me a birthday present? That's different. But in these type of situations, I want a relationship with you. It looked like they were lying to me just based on the little bits of body language courses I took, honestly, in school. Like there's telltale signs that people do when they're lying that you can't control. I feel like Sierra was lying. I feel like Erica went with it because she's just so hell-bent on painting him as this horrible person. What do you think?
It was given storyline. It was given bullshit. It was given, I don't bit more believe that shit than, you know, like, I just don't believe it. Like, it sounded so unbelievable. Because, as you said, what friend in a right mind would entertain their friend's ex and then, or current even, what friend does that and then says, I waited a month to, because I didn't know how you were going to, that was so, when I say I was listening, I had to rewind that shit. I was like, wait, did she say that?
She said it. I rewinded it too because I was like, did you really just say that your friend's ex-husband, before they were fully divorced, hit you up wanting to be in a relationship with you?
Yeah.
And then Erica's
like,
what? He just wants to do whatever. Of all the people in the world, you choose my closest girlfriend. Girl, stop. Because I feel like Erica just wants a reason to still be upset with Safari. Here's the thing. In the court of
this is what she's upset. This is what she's upset about. That's not even that. She's upset that it didn't work. Because that brought stability to her.
In the court of thugs, the B3ST review court, I need to see evidence before I can rule. I need to see receipts. If y'all bitches, y'all talking about he called you, I want to see a receipt. You can call your phone company. Y'all bitches got enough money to do better than Metro. Call AT&T, T-Mobile USA, Verizon Wireless, hell, Xfinity Mobile, and get your transcripts. I want to see. I want to know. Because my thing is, y'all sitting up here going off on these men on behalf of each other, Erica, Sierra, and Bambi, right? So if you can get in Scrappy's face, why you never got in Safari's face when you done been around him if he made this alleged phone call? Why, if you're supposed to be so loyal to your friends and not fuck with them, this is Sierra, why would you even answer the phone? Because if your spouse calls me, no shade, I'm not answering the phone unless it says James. I'm not fucking answering. What the fuck do we even talk about?
This is what my friend does. This is the real one. Because I mind you, me and her, this is almost 20 years of a friendship. The moment my husband calls her, she about to call me.
Yes.
James, is everything okay? Why is he calling me?
I'm keeping him on the phone on mute. I got him on the phone right now. You want to hear?
Yes.
Who waits 30 days?
Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Sierra, you're making us Geminis look bad. And I'm fucking sick of it, man. I'm sick of it.
A lot of Geminis make y'all look bad.
I'm sick of it. We got Trump. Now this shit. Kanye.
Yeah, a lot of Gemini. Y'all making Geminis look horrible. It's not just her. It's a lot. Because y'all are playing into that stereotype. Split personality. That's not what that was supposed to be. Geminis, when they talk split personalities, they're supposed to use both parts of the brain. See, we have two parts of our brains and then a line in the middle. Now, I'm not going to go over which section because we only use one, technically. And when it comes to biology, technically, we only use one part of our brain. The other is set aside that we use when it comes to wanting to have retained memory. So if you don't tap into that, that's how we lose our memory, which is why Alzheimer's and dementia is becoming so big now, is because we're not taught to use both sides of our brains. But actually, you can retain more on the part that you don't use than the part that you use. So That's what Geminis do. Geminis are actually, the reason why is because of how the sun hits the equator, which is why we call it summer.
People don't need to know we that smart.
But no, because I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say, because it really bothers me, because I feel
No,
like
but
Geminis
it's
get a
true.
bad rap, but it's really true. Like the reason why
Geminis
people
90% of the time are cool. We are smart, but some Geminis do use that shit for evil. A lot of Geminis do be messy.
no, I think it's because it's like a taunting with y'all. It's because if y'all ever had to use evilness, it's because someone taunted you to do so. It's never because
Thank
of
you.
a it's never because
Boom.
I have never experienced a Gemini, and I've had many in my life. Never experienced a Gemini use evilness, or use like or had to go do a 180 and become somebody different. It's because usually someone taunted them first.
Yeah, that's actually, thank you. Wow. I say this because when I get mad, y'all don't know because I'm usually happy to be here recapping with y'all. But when I'm mad, people have said, they're like, who is this person? But it's always because someone fucked with me. But you know, anywho. But yeah, this is what we get from Sierra. So I don't think that the shit is real. So I'm gonna move it along. Y'all gonna have to come correct and do something more than make yourself relevant off of the stupid choices you made. And when men, honestly, as I stand by that, it's ridiculous now. So then Bambi joins the complain train, and she starts complaining basically about all the stuff she's going through with her divorce and the drama with Erica Dixon and Imani. And Bambi explains that she called her that lady, so she posted a clapback. And the first clapback we see in that scene was just a picture of Bambi being done up in front of a green screen, and it says "always been," quote, "that lady." To me, that was an appropriate comeback, right? That was appropriate. Let's all agree that that was fine for Bambi to do that, because people coming at her, the girl did respond publicly and do that. Erica Dixon says this and that. So you got to respond to some extent, even though everyone's immature. Someone coming at you and you respond, fine, do so. I thought that was the appropriate way because it didn't get at Imani. It didn't disrespect anybody. It was just like, I hear it. It sounded like she was trying to show like, I'm unbothered by y'all's bullshit. So the first one, fine. Then in that scene, we see that Bambi, in my opinion, I have put this down. I feel like she's provoking them with the little pieces of receipts and things that she does know, but it is what it is. So then we see the ladies, Erica, Bambi, and Sierra, say that they gonna stick together. And I couldn't believe these bitches said this out loud. They gonna cuss all the men out. They called themselves like a little crew. I thought it was stupid and childish. It's concerning that these people are raising people. Because they're just gonna make more of them in the world, and we don't need that. We don't. Sorry, I said it. So it's just a mess. So then we see Bambi separately in that same scene. She explains why she clapped back at Erica Dixon. She's clapping back with the same receipts because she doesn't really have any other receipts. Things just seem to escalate, and basically she goes viral, and we leave it there. So do you have anything to say about it before we move on? Because I don't think we're going to come
Move
back
on.
to that topic.
Move on. I don't even care.
It was all over the blogs for like a solid week a few months ago. I don't think, especially seeing it all play out, I said when this was happening, they must be filming. They must be filming. And they were filming. So when you guys are not filming the show, your lives are silent as shit. Silent as shit. But then when you're filming, all this stuff happens. Like, do better at faking your storylines, please. But as for Bambi and I think when it involves actual true family issues, stop. Nobody seems to have respect for anything. It's just a bunch of childish ass adults. Like baby mamas, baby daddies commenting because you have similar situations. Comment away. It's not a situation to be proud of. This shit is for the birds. They all need to grow up. Moving on, we see a pool party where we see Scrappy, Chaotic, Safari, Young Jock, and basically Scrappy is doing what I just said. What did I just say? They're all a bunch of children behaving in adult bodies, behaving stupidly. And then Scrap's way of dealing with all the drama of Bambi going viral, for posting the receipt of the actual like court paperwork, which I don't feel was smart for her to do. He has a pool party, and I just can't understand why aren't you with your like kid or laying low after all this stuff just happened online with your baby mama and your child and your ex-wife, who is also the mother of your other fucking 3 kids. Like, I just cannot get his choices. So he says that he did go and try and talk to Bambi about everything that happened online in person, to which Bambi recorded the conversation by putting it on live for everybody to see, which is, it's just stupid. How are you going to go and expose their personal information? You post court documents, but then you feel the need to record them. They should be recording you. But hot mess express. So there wasn't really much to talk about with this pool party scene. So I'm not trying to like silence your opinion if you feel the need to.
No, you can keep going because
yeah,
girl, keep going because that wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing.
It's a recap. So I'm trying to recap the episode, but it's like this scene, I don't really have much to say. It's the same shit from Scrap. He's partying his problems away and not acknowledging it. So in this party, we see Safari. He comes in the party talking about he's single, which was weird because they were talking to him at the party about how just days before he announced his relationship with Amada La Negra and gifted her kids Rolex watches. But then this man strolls in days later saying he's single. So now I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? Doing the same shit he did to Erica already, except now he's starting sooner than later. So I'm just over these men. I think as a whole on this show, the choices that they make are stupid. Safari, how can you give somebody literally almost 50K worth of watches to kids who can't even fit the damn watches? You do this at the event as a way to announce you're in a relationship with the girl, and then you say you're single. I'm like, did anybody else catch that? Or maybe it was just me?
No, we caught it. It's just, that's exactly what he meant. That's exactly what he's saying. That he's not for anybody. He's not for anybody. And that's where I want to. Safari reminds me of a man running from homosexuality. And what they tend to do is they tend to try to be with as many women as possible and is trying to cover that up. That's how the toxicity, that's what they say a lot of times when men are running from homosexuality. You just ain't found a woman yet. You need to sleep with as many women as possible and all this bullshit. And it's like, no, if that's who you really are, that's who you really are. We have genetic chromosomes that explain this. I don't understand why we have to go around and around and around about this shit. That's why I said when it comes to me and my friend Mrs. Best here, she's a psychology, I'm the biologist. We are against each other I can't think of that word. We are against each other formally, but intellectually we need each other. Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. Mm-hmm. It really is that. And when I say it from the psychology standpoint, she's looking at him as a womanizer. From the biology standpoint, I'm looking at it as I feel like he's running from something that he truly is. And people need to stop getting that illusion that, when you're born, there may be some scientific evidence to prove that. But sexuality is fluid. When you're a biologist, you realize you're not attracted just to one gender. You're just not. Impossible. So there we go. But that's what that reminds me of. When he said he was single, I looked at that as like, oh, okay, so you're running from something because you can't keep yourself.
Listen, I couldn't even get to the points that you at because I was just like in my head because I have to recap Love and Hip Hop Miami next. And I'm glad I did this one first, even though Miami had aired earlier, because that's a good point that we're going to have to elaborate on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like, there's definitely something off with Safari. It doesn't make sense to me, but so Diamond, was it Field Mob? She's in a couple Crime Mob.
I was gonna say not Field Mob, because Field Mob was the one that did with the Keisha
group.
With Sierra. Yeah, that's Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's legendary. She's been in the game a long time. She's also on WeTV's Growing Up Hip Hop, which I will be recapping. My husband talked me into it. I will be recapping that show. I don't fucking know when, y'all. It's probably going to be on Saturday. to replace Love After Lockup once it's off of TV. But Diamond is actually on WeTV's Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. She is dating Bow Wow's, one of Bow Wow's close friends. So I was confused to see that she was back with Scrappy when she was with this person not long ago. Threw me the hell off. Anywho, so I see Diamond. She comes in with a terrible wig, terrible make. I didn't understand it. Scrappy swears he ain't been on Diamond, say she looked good, and if he wasn't going through the divorce, he would tap that. So I'm like, okay. But Diamond comes, and I guess Scrappy has been filling her in on all of the gossip, and she is not happy. She came in hot. She called Erica Mena. She called one of them a space cadet. She says Sierra Gates better stay in her lane. And as for Bambi, she said she read the fuck out of Bambi. Now, Diamond said what all of us have been thinking, but she said it publicly, and you got to watch out for them quiet ones. We just said that not long ago because she been keeping to herself. She said, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to talk about your names like that. I'm going to wait till my moment and then I'm going to text. She was methodical with it. Diamond said, I'm not playing with you bitches. Y'all doing all this for TV. It's stupid. Don't blame me for your divorce, because it does seem like Bambi's trying to blame that. But separate from the cheating and stuff, Bambi was not the person listening to her husband. She doesn't seem like the most sweet, empathetic wife. Which I can understand, seeing how she grew up and her parents and all that. But Diamond read the fuck out of Bambi. She said that nobody took Bambi serious, just for some highlights, and that she's lucky that she got wifed up, because people still talking about your ass being in the hot tub with Benzino. She pretty much said to Scrappy, you the only one that was dumb enough to wife her. And he just kind of looked down. And honestly,
look down with the stupid face.
Yeah, because he was like, wait, we're not supposed to talk about me.
You talking about me? You talking about me too? I did that. I did what? I did.
Listen, that was funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
I said, and mind you, this is the woman you trying to get with,
right?
That just clowned your ass,
right?
Mind you was see that shit went right over your head. That shit ran and went to the back of your head here, because you really didn't think that didn't include you too.
In the words of Mama D, and in that order. In that order.
Okay.
I can't wait to play the music video. Like,
I mean, I said, but at first I was like, yeah, Diamond, get him. I said, ooh, Diamond, damn, that sounds.
Yeah, like you're right. At first I was like, get him.
I said, get him.
I felt like my husband was your battle.
I said, get Charlie's Angels, just get them all. Just get them all in the line. Just cast the net, let it go fast. Just go ahead and get it. When she got the Bambi, I said, oh, shit.
No, but then when she started bringing it up, I was like, oh. At first, I was like, talk to the nigga. But then in my head, I'm like, no. The fish,
no, what?
The fish has been caught. Like, she went in on everybody. I love Diamond. I love her for that.
I don't like her, but I thought that this was definitely well versed. I was happy that someone did it. I'm so glad that she wasn't scared to do it.
And she said she made her point at the end of it too. She said, I just want people to stop talking about me. Like, she's keep my name out your motherfucking mouth. Like, for real. Because everybody been talking about, y'all don't realize by trying to attack Scrap, because the BBMC, the Bitter Baby Mama Club, y'all know they are not the smartest. So, I mean, hell, Diamond said it. One of them is a space cadet. So it's one of them things. It's just one of them things. Stop talking about her. She won't talk about you. And I'm interested to see at the reunion. There's no way that production can present this to them at the reunion and make it look like they had reason to talk about Diamond. It doesn't matter. The issue is with your man. Y'all need to stop.
The thing about it,
the women. The problem is with your nigga. And I done been cheated on before too. I ain't attacked.
No, let me tell you, society teaches, and that's that psychology shit. Society teaches men always teach women to be against other women. She just mad because she want me. I'm the shit. It's her. She angry. She bitter. It's all of this and that. And to me, I said this before, women, y'all have to be smarter than that. Y'all have to be smarter than that, because there's no reason that woman would not have a reaction unless he put it there. There's no reason that she would do this unless he said it was okay
You
to do
gotta
it.
think
Yeah.
that somebody
Yes.
belongs to you, or you have a right to behave or be upset about things.
And you know what's funny is women naturally have the gift of like questionnaire mindset. It's like a questionnaire, solve mystery, like CSI mindset. Women naturally have that. But the fact that when it comes to a man, all that goes out of your mind, that is crazy to me. Because women, y'all would have every single answer in the textbook if y'all would stop listening to men. Y'all would have it. Y'all could see, women really could turn the tables on men if they really band together. But the problem is, men have made sure that women would never band together. That's why it will never happen. So, and I'm not saying I'm anti-man here. Look, let me explain something to y'all. I see shit for what it is. I see shit for what it is because I grew up in toxicity. I know exactly what I'm looking at. I knew that shit was wrong then, but I did not have a defense to validate my point as a kid. I knew the shit my uncles were saying was the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. But everybody laughed at it and thought it was a joke. So you know what I did? I stayed quiet and waited till I got on my own and waited till I have a voice. Now they can't tell me that shit no more because then I'm going to look at them and laugh.
See.
So, and that's what you have to do. And women, y'all have to start doing that same shit. When men tell y'all stupid shit, don't listen. Laugh. Because the shit sounds stupid. It does.
Yeah.
Everything that
hey, it is what it is. That these people on this show, especially these men on this show, it's like you women fall for these men that are publicly.
Fall for these men. Rashida got the biggest clown in the United States of America and still with him.
Oh no, their marriage goals.
Goes for who? And that's why I said when I saw that shit, I was like, goes for who?
People do get cheated on and people do change from that. But when someone makes a baby, someone else,
let me explain something.
Leave.
I said this, and we got a couple minutes for you guys in the live. I'm gonna say this real quick. In biology, we're the study of life. We say that cheating is actually a taught behavior by the mother. And I'm gonna tell you why. Cheating is a taught behavior because when you have a little boy and you give him a toy and you say, you take care of this toy, you cherish this toy, you make sure that this toy doesn't get dirty, you make sure this toy doesn't break. All mothers tell their sons that. And then what ends up happening after a couple months, you realize your son gets bored with that toy. He no longer brings it to dinner with him. He no longer sleeps with it. He no longer does anything with it. That toy sits on the other side because he's bored. But you never taught him that when he's bored, figure out another way to play with that toy. You taught him, I'm going to go get you another one. And so in their mind, they think when I get bored with this woman, my mother always told me in the back of my mind when I got bored with a toy, I'm going to go ahead and go get me another toy. I'm going to go ahead and get me another woman. Meanwhile, this toy is still in my house. So that's a taught behavior, and people don't never equate that because, once again, psychology teaches it differently. But in science, no, we understand that the chromosomes of the mind, men are repetitive and they like repeated behavior. Unfortunately, when you give a kid a toy, he's going to want another one. He's going to want another one versus you telling him to continue to play with the same toy, just use it a different way. There you go. Problem solved.
True. That's true. That is true. Well, the next thing we see, that's actually true. I encourage everyone to look it up. The next thing we see is Jessica White. We had our moment of silence for her. So because of medicine, I will go over this. I have 3 notes. Jessica, I'm literally going to read it to y'all as my notes say. Jessica is healing, has family helping. She now, I can't believe I take notes like this, now has 1 fallopian tube and 6 months to make a baby. Says she will use a sperm donor if necessary. So she's beautiful, but she is a little bit older, and now she has this circumstance. If you can use a sperm donor to have a baby, then maybe you should have a follow-up surgery to get egg retrieval surgery, basically, the process. I know that that's something that has to be planned. You have to take hormones. I've done that with my spouse. I stopped. That was a lot. Fertility stuff. That was too much on my body. I go through that process, and I'm grateful that my husband wasn't like, I need a baby now, because egg retrieval is a lot on your body. You got to do the shots constantly of hormones. You have to take prenatal vitamins. You have to time your period. Sometimes they'll make you take a pill so that you can get a period or it's a lot. And then the process got to go under to get it's too much. I walked right out that doctor's office. But she has other options. She could do an egg retrieval, freeze her eggs because she can't afford that. And she can take her time, wait for her husband and do a surrogate, or she can, an egg retrieval smart because you can have your egg and the sperm you want and someone else. I don't really have much to say. I just think it's weird that she's rushing to have a child. It's beautiful that you want to have a child so bad that you're willing to do that. But at the same time, I think it's important to take time to heal your body and allow the universe and the beings that be to be, if that makes sense. I don't think you should rush into having kids. I just don't. If medicine says that you can't have them naturally, maybe you're not meant to have them naturally. Maybe that's the universe trying to tell you you're not meant to have them right now. But it is 2020 motherfucking 3. And you live in a state with renowned fucking doctors, especially in fertility and I can't say it. I can't say that shit. Damn shame.
Obstetrician, y'all.
Yeah, obstetrics, I believe. Or there's another word.
Obstetrician. It's OBGYN obstetrician, and there's fertility specialist, and there's another one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but either way, it's like your doctor's telling you would have to do it in 6 months, but I doubt any doctor is telling you after the surgery you just had to.
Is it my turn?
I just cannot.
Oh, okay. So Jessica, I have drugged you through dirt, mud, grass, snow, and everything else. I understand this is something you really want, and I really want this for you. I understand that you are going through a whole lot, so I'm going to try to take it easy with you. But you are not going to sit on TV, Beyonce's internet, Oprah's network, Tyler Perry's given TV stations, and tell us that a doctor told you that you have 6 months after having surgery
that
to create a baby.
3 to 6 months to heal from.
You're not going to convince someone who has studied 4 years of biology, 2 years of forensic science, someone who has done 2 years of anatomy, someone who actually can go get his PhD with only 40 credits. You're not going to sit here and tell me that a doctor told you that you have 6 months to create a whole child. That is not how that works, sweetheart. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you are fully healed enough after having surgery to now 6 months later you have to create your child. I believe he told you wait 6 months and then create your child. I believe he told you that. Maybe you misheard him or her. Maybe you misheard the whole situation. Maybe he said 6 months later, then you can try to have a baby. That's probably what happened. But you live in your own grandeurs of delusion that I don't believe anything you say. I don't believe you. Sorry. I don't believe you. This is irresponsible behavior on television, and I wish not to comment anymore. I am done. Thank you so much. Get well soon, and please make better, responsible decisions going forward. Thank you.
I love how official he was. It was a keynote presentation. He said, "I will not be commenting anymore. Thank you." That was me when I worked with kids and they would act up. I remember this little boy, I'll never forget. I said, "Jasper, now I have asked you twice not to throw the toys at Cameron, and you have not listened. I will not be asking you anymore. Go give me the toy, Jasper." And then, no, go give me the toy, Jasper. Because in a second, I'm going to forget you ain't my child and whoop your motherfucking ass. Go get the toy, Jasper. I just cannot. Yeah, Jessica, it went from fibroids to endometriosis. Now, suddenly, she's saying that even though she has I know for a fact because I had a friend who had that surgery. Jasmine, shout out to Jasmine Monique. We remember her. Listen, I believe she had somebody I know had a fibroid removed. Anywho, it takes about 3 to 6 months to heal. So there's no way on God's green earth that a doctor would tell you to have a baby, especially with one fallopian tube, and the one fallopian tube you got is wounded. They're not going to tell. I don't know if everyone took sex ed, or I encourage you to read the book Grey's Anatomy, not the show, the book. But it don't work like that. It just does not work that way. Anywho, moving it along from Jessica, we won't spend too much time on her. The last scene of the show, the scene of they're not even millennials because Erica Banks is like 23, 24. Gen Z, is it? Is that what they're called? I don't know what the fuck they're called. The youngins. We see Rennie Rucci goes to meet with Erica Banks as suggested by Sierra, who is a person that no human being with common sense should take advice from. So they go meet at a restaurant. Banks is already there. It looks like the argument. Now, listen, y'all. I'm not where I used to be. I don't be with this petty bullshit with girls. And even when I was younger, like, I don't have time for that. Are we going to fight or are we not? Like, that's how I was. So I did the best I could. What I got from it is Erica Banks says that Rennie Rucci was with Erica Banks' man at the time, which was funny to me because they're arguing over a nigga that apparently is in jail. I'm like, wait, so everybody's dating jailbirds? That's strike one for these hoes. Then we find out through the argument that it turned out to be a misunderstanding, the timeline of dating ship and all of, my Lord, sorry, that's my spouse, y'all. He's alive. He's awake. Good morning, Mr. Best. Anyhow, so they argue over this guy who's in jail. Turns out to be a misunderstanding. It was something that he did. He lied. They fought each other over it. Then Rennie Rucci and them try to, work it through. But then Erica Banks keeps talking shit. Then next thing I know, Rennie Rucci's like, I could be mad because she actually fucked my man. I didn't do anything with this guy, because he was in jail. They couldn't do nothing. I guess Erica Banks fucked the guy that Rennie was with. I don't know if she was with him at the time when they fucked or if it was just, we supposed to be homegirls. You fucked this guy. I put in my notes in all caps, why does it matter if you're both single? Listen,
I was literally about to say that. Why the fuck does it matter? Because you can't. Why the fuck does it matter? Because neither one of y'all can fuck him now. So why does it matter?
To get through this shit, I was like, are we really arguing over a nigga? That's one. And then for two, are we really arguing over a nigga that's in jail? That's two. And then for three, y'all single.
No, three is, why does it matter who he fucked first and all this and that? Why does that even matter?
You're single.
You're single. Like, y'all, let me explain something to y'all. Because, and this is another thing that Black people, especially women, need to get out of this mindset. There are 4 billion men in this world, in this country. Take out the gay ones, take out the scammers, and take out the ones who actually have taste. You're still left with a pretty fucking big number. But the problem is, y'all want to be stuck with these old toxic ass motherfuckers that are just, that's appealing to y'all, instead of y'all getting somebody who's smart, somebody who probably has a lot, and somebody who can give you or maybe elevate your status to be where you want it to be. Y'all don't want to go get those. Y'all want these old toxic dudes that will shoot somebody in their head, just go, here, job well done. That's what y'all want, and that is
like, I get
really
it. I know
fucking
that a lot of
ridiculous.
females watching that, what he just said, I know just what y'all are thinking. Yes, they do have good dick, but when you meet somebody that's not stressing you out and all types of stuff like that, I'm telling you, to be the best sex you'll ever have is when you ain't stressed out or wondering who else's, snatch he's been dipping into. But overall, the argument's stupid. I know the people online are like, oh my God, we got to talk about this. Listen, I ain't got time. I'm old. I'm past 30. I don't want to do this shit, okay? These young women fought over a nigga that didn't belong to both of them, a nigga that can't pay their rent, can't even pay a bill because he's a ward of the state in jail. I just don't get it. Rennie ends up throwing a drink in the face of Erica Banks, which to me is like a sneak move because she was calm because Erica Banks made a comment to her. you need to seek therapy. You're real angry. And Rennie's like, you know what I'm going through with my mom. I think Rennie also knew that the context had nothing to do with her mom. So Sierra tries to tell Rennie, go apologize. I don't want you to be like me. I don't want you to make the same mistakes. Sierra, you're still making mistakes. This is why you shouldn't give advice. And it shows in these women fighting. Those are my thoughts, my best thoughts. Do you have any last thoughts for this fucking
No,
foolery?
nope, and nope. This was the most ignorant episode I think I've ever seen in hip hop. Y'all people need to do better than this. Like it really is mind blowing to me that this is shown on, and I feel like MTV really is making a mockery of Black people. I really do,
Well, they
because
can
this is,
only make a mockery if people choose to act that way on
and this
TV.
is
So
why we don't need to act like this on TV. Y'all need to do better than this. I'm telling you, especially y'all motherfuckers over 30, especially y'all. And there's quite a and there's quite a few of y'all that are over 30 on this show.
Yeah, half of the cast
So
actually. The
yeah,
only
so
people
I need
under
y'all
30.
to do a whole lot better. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, we can move on to the next show because I ain't
Yeah.
got time. That's
We are
all I
going
got.
to collect it and be done. That was the recap for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, season 11, episode 10. We are nearing the end of thy season. I'm not sure what I will replace it with. For now, we'll be recapping Love and Hip Hop Miami, which we are going to recap as soon as I end this live. So be sure to come to my channel for that. But I appreciate everybody. We should have a reunion coming soon. I'm hoping they don't keep dragging this season out. Be sure to subscribe to Watch Your Mouth Reviews.
Thank you guys so much. I promise you guys, I am not this crazy, but this show, I'm glad it's on
Yes,
her
you are.
channel, because if it was on mine, I would be going the fuck off. It wouldn't even be no review. I would feel bad for Mrs. Best over here, because she probably wouldn't able to get a word in if this was actually my channel. So
He said, all right. Join me now to watch Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm going to be starting that live in about 3 minutes. Peace.
peace.